There was a point in his life where the nights were louder than the days, not because of sound, but because silence had a way of turning thoughts into weapons. When the world finally went quiet, his mind didn't. Every night followed the same pattern: phone in hand, thumb scrolling without thinking, watching strangers live lives he once believed were meant for him. Smile, success, progress, and every scroll felt like a reminder of everything he wasn't doing. It hurt the most seeing people who started later, but somehow passed him. People who doubted themselves less, people who didn't hesitate. And slowly, a dangerous thought crept in. Maybe I missed my chance. Life didn't fall apart all at once. It drifted. Days blurred together, weeks disappeared, and suddenly he felt like a background character in his own story, watching life happen instead of living it. One quiet moment finally said it out loud. I'm not where I thought I'd be. Not angry, not dramatic, just heavy. The kind of truth that sits in your chest and doesn't leave. He blamed everything but himself. Timing, circumstances, other people getting lucky. Anything to avoid the mirror. Because mirrors ask questions he didn't want to answer. At night, the thoughts came in waves. What am I doing? How did I get like this? Why do I feel so empty? And no matter how tired he was, sleep didn't come easy. Every day felt identical. Wake up tired, move through the day on autopilot, go to bed exhausted, but somehow unfulfilled. Time was moving fast. He wasn't. The scariest part wasn't failure. It was the silence after realizing nobody was coming to save him. No rescue, no reset button, just him and the life he was avoiding. Then the thought landed, quiet, sharp, unavoidable. What if this is it? No rock bottom, but close enough to finally wake him up. One morning, something changed. Nothing dramatic, no music, no breakthrough moment. He woke up earlier than usual and just sat there, breathing. For the first time in a long time, his mind was quiet. And in that silence, one sentence appeared. I can't keep living like this. Not angry, not desperate, honest. That sentence didn't feel powerful, but it felt true. And sometimes, truth is enough to start a revolution. He wasn't chasing success anymore. He was escaping stagnation. This is where most people get it wrong. Change doesn't start with motivation. It starts with discomfort. With choosing something hard because staying the same finally hurts more. He didn't announce a comeback, didn't tell friends, didn't post quotes. He just started walking, quietly, one step forward without knowing where it would lead. He made one simple promise, one hard thing a day, no matter how small, no matter how unnoticed, something that proved he still had control. Some days that meant waking up early when every part of him said sleep. Some days it meant moving his body when motivation was nowhere to be found. Discipline showed up when inspiration didn't. Some days he failed. He skipped, he quit early, he doubted himself again. But this time, he didn't quit permanently, and that was new. Nobody clapped. Nobody noticed. The world kept moving like nothing had changed. But something had. He was no longer betraying himself daily. Late at night, he started writing, not goals, not dreams, just honesty. And with every word, he felt something returning, self-respect. Weeks passed. On the outside, nothing looked different. Same environment, same struggles, but internally, he was becoming harder to break. He stopped negotiating with weakness, stopped asking, "Do I feel like it?" and started asking, "Who do I want to be?" He chose discomfort on purpose, learning when bored, training when tired, sitting with emotions instead of escaping them. Growth became the mission. Temptation didn't disappear, but he learned something powerful. You don't need to win every battle. You just need to stop surrendering automatically. Months went by, slowly, quietly. There were still doubts, still fear, but now he walked forward anyway. Strength began to show, not just physically, mentally. He trusted himself again, and that changes how you move through life. He didn't become louder, didn't seek attention. Confidence settled into him calmly, like someone who knows they can handle whatever comes next. Time passed, seasons changed, and without realizing it, he had outgrown the person who once felt stuck. One day someone said, "You seem different." He smiled because they didn't know how close he once was to disappearing. He wasn't chasing happiness, he had built peace, and peace lasts longer. Here's the truth: the strongest version of you is built quietly, when nobody's watching, when nobody believes it yet. In mornings, no one sees. In sacrifices, no one applauds. That's where real power is forged. In battles, you don't post. In progress, you don't explain. Silence became his advantage. One day, he woke up. Same world, same challenges, but he wasn't the same man anymore. He didn't need validation, didn't need approval, because he knew what it took to build himself. He left old versions behind, not with anger, with gratitude. They got him here. He stood taller now, not because he won everything, but because he survived himself. This was his new identity. Not perfect, not finished, but real, earned. If you're listening to this, feeling behind, feeling lost, let me tell you something. You're not late, you're being prepared. So, don't rush your comeback. Build it quietly. And when the world finally notices, you won't need to explain anything. Your life will speak for you.